So I'm gonna be honest, I've tried recording this video like 4 different times. Because I've tried like making it, oh, like this is gonna be an artistic evolution or anything, all that stuff. But then I realized, no, I'm not that sophisticated and stuff. As you guys may, if you guys may realize, a lot of these videos I've recently have been me just discussing shorts on YouTube. That, you know, even with the childhood trauma video, it was less about trauma and just like, oh, this shit's cool. No, this video is just gonna be about how much I love the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared TV show. Like, the shorts were amazing, but the TV show was also like way amazing. It's really good. It's like really fucking good. Like, I thought they'd lose some of their sparkle and stuff. No, it keeps the sparkle. Hell, it even sparkles a little bit more, such as, you know, vampires in Twilight when they get exposed to the sun. Was I the only one that never understood that? Like, that's weird as shit. Why the fuck do they sparkle in the sunlight? Anyway, so yeah, this video was suggested by Pocky, who in a few weeks, or in a week, I'm gonna be on his YouTube channel discussing anime, so please go check him out down below. But yeah, this entirety is just gonna be me ranting how much awesome this show is and why you should go watch it. So as you guys may know, the original 2011 to 2017 shorts were framed as a sort of Sesame Street-like show that discussed concepts that you'd see on Sesame Street, such as dreams, time, creativity, food, a computer, all that sort of shit. Well, this show also does that, except they also discuss concepts such as death, a family, electricity, and all that stuff. Once again, shit that you'd see on a sort of TV show like this. But the way that they've been able to use the budget and, you know, the writing and all that stuff, you can definitely tell that they've grown their wings, grown their creativity a lot. Because first off, originally, even though I think the longest short was only about 8 minutes, all of these have about 23.5 minutes. And it doesn't feel like they're being stretched out. No, the writing is perfect for this show. It does lean way more into comedy than the original shorts do, which I'm perfectly fine with. It's still surrealist, dark comedy and shit. Like, a lot of episodes are really fucked up, but also a lot of episodes are just really fucking funny. Like the opening to episode 2 where it's just death and Red Guy really hopes he's the one who dies and is really jealous that he's not dead. Like, there's so many points where I can just point out how funny this show is. Like, I think legitimately in episode, I want to believe it's I believe it's episode 4, they have like one of those motivational speakers that you would see in like elementary school that's just like, hey kids, don't bully people. Except really, he's just a guy who's desperate and alone and has a podcast, and literally a character who's imaginary slits his own throat to stop listening to the guy talking about his podcast. And I was watching this live on stream with a couple of my buddies and shit. We watched it, we saw that, and we rewinded it like 4 different times because of how funny it was. He just mentions his podcast, and then this guy, who is literally supposed to be a part of someone's imagination, literally just slits his throat to get out of talking about a podcast with someone, which you shouldn't do that if you're watching me and Pocky's podcast episode, but you know, I'm gonna be honest, I get it. Some podcasts really fucking suck and some people won't shut up about their podcast. But yeah, this show is just amazing in every way, shape, and form because, like I said, they did not lose any of the sparkle or any of the imagination that the original shorts had. As you guys know, on this channel, we talked about a lot of creators that when they get a chance to make like a Netflix show or they get any source, it's sort of just like, hey, the character that you have, let's not do anything with it and just squeeze out as much as the characters got. Like Oddballs is literally just cliche after cliche, except there's a marshmallow man doing it. And what is it? The Mindy Kaling, I think Mindy Kaling was the name of the person who did like the fucking Haters Back Off or whatever, her whole entire show, I think that's her name, I can't remember. It's just literally just, hey, I'm a YouTuber and now I can do shit on television. But no, this show doesn't do that. They use the format and the budget to tell way more creative stories and even hammering home the sort of surrealist Sesame Street thing. I know I just said Sesame Street. The opening just sort of seems like Pee Wee Herman-esque, and the comedy is just I know I've talked about the comedy, but also the puppetry has just increased tenfold. Like, there's so many scenes where it's literally just like they pull away from the camera to show the characters standing, and it looks a little bit weird, but it's also impressive as hell of what they do because they're literally fucking puppets. Like, literally there's so many scenes where they're just like, they zoom out the camera and stuff to show the characters moving, and like, I know how they did. They have like people in green screen suits and all that doing that, but it still doesn't take away of how cool and awesome it looks from originally just being a bunch of close-up shots of the characters in the original shorts. I am not taking away from that fact at all. Plus, there is a lot of callbacks to the original shorts, so if you watch them like I did, it was sort of cool, like, pointing out and finding, just like, oh, that's the cereal that they talked about one point. They literally bring back the lamp puppet for the death episode. And I'm pretty sure at one point it kills itself because it turns itself off. And I'm pretty sure that's as close as you can get to, like, a lamp committing suicide. And I thought that was really funny for some reason. But just watching these back to back, because that's what I did on stream, I watched the, the 6 shorts, and then I watched someone who pirated the entirety of the first season of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I watched those with buddies, and just seeing the drastic difference between the two. Like, the lighting, the composition, the cinematography. Episode 6 is such just a drastic change when it comes to, like, how they shoot it and all that stuff. And you thought the rest of the show was creative. This episode is fucking horrific when it comes to its creativity, and I mean that in the best way possible. They just let loose with this stuff. The concept and ideas are just there in tenfold. Like, literally, there's this weird lady who they reveal is controlling all the characters' movements and all that stuff, and is sort of, I think, supposed to be an insert for the creators of the show. Like, literally, they, like, move around characters and all that stuff and inform him what he's supposed to do next for the show. And it is just something so cool to see. And I don't know why I like puppets so much, but puppets are fucking funny to me. They're hilarious. One of my favorite movies is literally The Muppets: A Christmas Carol. But yeah, in conclusion, after all this ranting and shit, which makes no fucking sense under any means, this is a really good show. I like it. Is there a lot of story? Yeah, I guess you could say so, but really you don't need to focus on the story. It's literally just puppets doing messed up stuff and exploding and oozing and bleeding and all that stuff. And Red Guy being a massive, like, girl boss and shit. It's so fucking amazing and funny, and I want there to be a season 2, and I want them to release this in America, so that way I can actually watch the fucking show. Because, yeah, I had to watch a pirated version that someone just pirated onto YouTube. And this would be perfect for, like, Comedy Central or, like, Adult Swim and stuff. And I mean that as, like, a compliment. This would work perfect for like that sort of thing. But yeah, if you guys can watch it legally, I'd prefer people watch it legally. If not, I won't stop you from looking up Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared season 2, where there's a playlist of all 6 episodes and stuff. But yeah, support your creators, buy merch. I might buy merch. Money's kind of tight right now because, like I said, I'm saving up for college. But anyway, y'all have a good day, good night, good midnight, good night. Make sure to check out the episode of the podcast or whatever the hell we're doing on Pocky's channel when it comes out. I'll be seeing you on the next one, and make sure not to die. Bye bye.